What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy MORDIN, and I'm back again with another video right here for you. So Charlie, let's get straight to it. Black Sherif finally dropped his most anticipated album, which he's been talking about promoting in the works. He's been going to see Amachi Dede simply because of the name Iron Boy. It's not just about the name Iron Boy, but he's living up to a man who is a legend in the Ghanaian music space and feels that he wants to take up a mantle that is far beyond what anyone expects of him as a young boy who is in the entertainment scene, right? So Iron Boy personifies who Black Sherif is, his thought process, where he wants to be, and maybe making just a statement for us to know that when it comes to the music industry, he is a force to reckon with. So Iron Boy has been released. Beautiful songs in there, but two of the songs, especially one, track number 10, is getting into the minds of people. And a lot of people are talking about it here and there, saying that Black Sherif actually dissed Shatta Wale. And not only that, there is another track, track number 7, Suma Obi. And that one also carries some wording in there which sort of like speaks to the recent Shatta Wale Principalities video. You understand? So one thing is for sure. Social media will always be social media. A lot of people will be waiting to always interpret what is not to be interpreted to be what it is supposed to be in their eyes, right? And so Black Sherif, Suma Obi's song, I'm sure has been there for a long time, before even Shatta Wale made that Principalities video. But of course, for the sake of banter, people will still put it out there and try to link it that Black Sherif is attacking Shatta Wale or is this Shatta Wale. That is one aspect. Now, the second aspect is the issue of Where Them Boys. Now, Where Them Boys, when you listen to it, it feels like Black Sherif was talking to someone about his fashion, his music, his life, everything is about. And one can understand why a lot of people are pinning that very song as a diss song to Shatta Wale. But when you pay attention to it critically, you would know that it is just a song where Black Sherif wants to speak to his haters overall. Shatta Wale is not a hater, right? Shatta Wale went on a podcast and spoke, and in there, he just made a statement that he doesn't understand Black Sherif's fashion sense and perhaps what their team is doing with him. He just doesn't understand it because if you're a rapper, you should dress like a rapper. If you're a dancehall artist, you should dress like a dancehall artist. But personally, knowing the type of genre Black Sherif belongs to, he doesn't think that it suits him. He doesn't understand his style with his genre. That's all Shatta Wale said. And then a lot of people carried it that Shatta Wale has insulted Black Sherif, that he doesn't know how to dress. Now, a lot of people who follow Black Sherif here and then know that this guy is a Shatta fan. He supports all the big guys in the industry. He's not someone who hates on anybody because he's a young guy coming in. In as much as he is very young, he is super intelligent. He knows what's up. You know, he doesn't want to, step on toes that will hurt him for later. You understand? So everything he does, he aligns properly so that he avoids any sort of weird confrontations. And so when you watch his interviews and all that kind of stuff, anytime you try to pin him to the corner, he walks away freely. And this guy, although he's young, has formed some sort of mastery over interviews. The few interviews he has done so far, you can understand that this guy has some sort of experience, although he's young and he's very young in the industry, right? But if you compare him to some of the OGs that we have in the system, Black Sherif's intellect when it comes to understanding the things that surround the music industry, what his path is about, he has absolute clarity on what he wants to do with his career and his life as an artist. You understand? And things like this are very difficult for a lot of people to understand, but I know Black Sherif will not overstep his bound to do certain things. Now, let's come back to the pure strategy from a man like Shatta Wale. Now, Shatta Wale is somebody who plays the game way ahead of his peers. Now, sometimes a lot of people don't understand why he says certain things at certain times, right? He tries to set some sort of like grenades or some bombs in some pivotal points so that one day in the future, when you step on it, it will just explode. And this gets him in the news every single time. Last year, we saw the Rants and Bants interview where Shatta Wale did that thing with Black Sherif, and because of that, a lot of people carried it away and started talking. So today, if Black Sherif have a song called "Where Them Boys," and a few things suggest what was spoken about during the time of that podcast, Shatta Wale automatically comes into the frame. And so Shatta Wale has planted seeds, including the recent principalities thing that he did. He is good at planting seeds at very important moments in the Ghanaian entertainment landscape where people don't even project where that is going to lead. But something that was planted as far back as last year is getting him in the conversation today. And you can see every single thing that has happened this year, Shatta Wale is tagged along. Someone will chalk his own success, and before you realize, Shatta Wale is in the news. And he's been doing this since 2014, 2013 till date. And people don't seem to get it. He has gained mastery over the social media space. He understands the entertainment business very well. He throws in one or two antics and people do not understand. But Black Sherif's album is a win for Black Sherif simply because today some things that were set or cast in stone is actually coming back to help people talk about the album more. And this same talkability is because of Shatta Wale. People have something to talk about. And you see, Black Sherif's material is beautiful. And so people will still keep him in the frame. They will never ignore him. You know, sometimes when someone does a good body of work and you are, how do you call it? You are like bringing another person into the conversation, they are lost. You understand? But in this case, Black Sherif is still being talked about. People are still streaming his work. And Shatta Wale is also in the conversation. You understand? A lot of people were saying that why has Shatta Wale not come out to congratulate Black Sherif or to reshare his work because other artists have done so. But Shatta Wale came and delivered a beautiful message saying that, see, in Ghana, if you follow what fans have to say on social media, it may seem as if God is your own enemy. God himself, creator of the universe, is your enemy, right? And so he has never heard Black Sherif say anything about him negatively anywhere before. And so he has nothing against Black Sherif. And he sort of like bigged him up for his album, shared his flyer across his social media, and also said that the only thing that he's interested in is going to the bank, of course, making money, and was encouraging Black Sherif to work hard and go hard and make sure that whatever he wants to achieve in this life, he does achieve it. And so this is what Shatta Wale is about. A lot of people will still be going out there and throw the banter and wanting to drag him and all that. And now that he comes out to actually push his weight behind Black Sherif, and not that he's coming to throw shots here and there, the glory is going to Shatta Wale and also Black Sherif at the same time. So the sky is indeed big enough for everybody to win. And this is one thing that Shatta Wale has been saying all along. You see, when someone is building a brand and has a project out there, it is good for us to support that person. But social media also thrives on negativity. And that is one way one can get out there. And so sometimes when you are an intelligent person like Black Sherif is and a strategist too, you can put some things in your lyrics where people will have to guess wild and not know where it's going for, because that where them boys can go for anybody that might have had issues with him in the past or even said a few things. So that is a good way of playing with words and trying to carry yourself out there where people can talk, and then you gain some sort of variability with your project, and then it will be out there for everybody to see. So it's a good thing. It's a good strategy for Black Sherif. We've seen the investment. When you see the videos that the guy has been releasing, if you see what's playing behind me right now, this more like animation form with him on all the songs, all the tracks that were released. And we've seen huge investment going into everything that he's doing. The music videos, we are seeing the scope of cinematography, where he really wants to go. And so Black Sherif has done very, very well. And we need to also applaud the fact that a lot of people on social media are promoting this. And of course, we have the so-called bloggers who will be trying to create some sort of enmity between artists and all that kind of stuff. But Black Sherif is a smart person. He knows where he's going. Shatta Wale is a smart person. When it comes to if you want to choose a class prefect, if Ghana Entertainment Space or the, how do you call it, the social media space is like a classroom and you want to choose the class prefect, then of course Shatta Wale is the class prefect. But with his experience and everything else, you can take him out from being a class prefect to be the headmaster of the school, the principal of the school itself, because he governs everywhere. He understands. This guy has eyes everywhere and he knows everything that is going. So you can't toy him. So that's why he keeps saying that Shatta Wale is always right, because before he comes out to say something, he makes sure that he knows what he's coming to talk about, because he checks everywhere. It's not like one of those artists where they come to quote something and say something wrongly and then later come back to delete it simply because they rushed in making a decision. Shatta is not one of such artists. And so big ups to Iron Boy himself, Black Sherif, for coming up with such a prolific album. It's a very good one. Let's see how the numbers take him, because currently he's the most streamed Ghanaian artist of all time. In this day and age, he's the most streamed, over 750 million streams and counting. And with this body of work, it won't be long before the guy reaches a billion, and he will soar past. He will soar past the whole thing that we are saying. Sorry, over a billion plus, almost. I think he's getting towards like a 2 billion of a stream, like total on all platforms. Black Sherif is indeed great, and we need to push him. And I like the fact that you can't really box him. When you listen to his song, you have influences of some bit of rap, but predominantly high life in there. And he is also someone who is motivated and inspired by some reggae and some dancehall bits. And so you feel all these things in there, and his persona really comes to shine. And the music box we truly want to place him in, he will never fit. Black Sherif stands tall, and he stands in his own corner, and he will sure brighten his corner. My name is MORDIN. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. If you've listened to some of the tracks already, what you think about Black Sherif's body of work, and what you hope to see in the years to come, and what you think this whole social media banter is with regards to Shatta Wale and Black Sherif. My name is MORDIN. In the comment section, I'll be waiting for you to have a conversation with you. As you always know, it's peace.